Barclay's Bonfire by Ralph Henry Barbour. Read for the Coffee Break Collection 27, Sports, by Donald Cummings. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Barclay's Bonfire. Cobb, 1901, assistant editor of the Daily Quarmazzi, left the office, crossed the road, and entered the college yard by the simple expedient of placing one hand on the fence and vaulting over upon the forbidden grass. Cobb held a Latin book under one arm, for even if one labors on a college paper to mold undergraduate opinion, he is not exempt from a certain amount of class attendance, and carried an open letter in his hand. His round, good-natured face wore a broad grin, and whenever he looked at the letter, his grin increased. He entered the first entrance to Gray's Hall, bounded up 2 flights of narrow stairway, and pounded at a door. An invitation to enter came faintly through 2 thicknesses of oak, and Cobb confronted the single occupant of the room. "How are you, Barclay? Thanks, no, can't stop. Just dropped round to leave this with you. Got it in this morning's mail at the office. Said to myself, just one man in college who'll take interest in this. That's Barclay. So I brought it to you. Might answer it, eh? Good idea, seems to me. Hope you'll be able to do something about it. Bye." And Cobb, grinning like a jovial satyr, was gone. Barclay, 99, laid his pen aside with slow deliberateness, marked his place in the big Greek lexicon beside him, and took up the letter. It was addressed to the editor of the Quarmazzi, and was signed Hiram G. Larkin, Yale, 99. The writer asked to be put in communication with some student in the rival college who was interested in checkers. He dwelt enthusiastically on the formation of a dual checker league. He pointed out the fact that although chess, whist, and other games of skill and science were recognized and participated in each year by teams representing the 2 universities, the noble game of checkers had been hereto woefully neglected. He suggested that teams be formed at each university, and that a tournament be played to decide the championship. When Barclay laid aside the letter, his long and aesthetic face held an expression of enthusiastic delight. The one dissipation and hobby of Barclay's studious existence was checkers. He held a college-wide reputation as a grind of the most prominent type. Barclay did not look down on the usual pleasures and frolics of the undergraduate. They simply had, for him, no appeal. He had nothing against football or baseball or track athletics, but he felt no enthusiasm for any of them. Of course, he was always glad when the college teams won. He was patriotic to a high degree, and sometimes, when the bonfires burned and the students cheered and sang, he acknowledged a wish, lying deep down in his heart, that he, too, might be able to derive pleasurable emotions from such celebrations. Barclay, in short, loved Xenophanes and Xenophon, and next to them, checkers. Before he went to bed that night he answered the Yale man's letter, endorsed the project voluminously, pledged immediate cooperation, and remained fraternally his, Simonides P. Barclay. I have no intention of specifying in detail the steps which resulted in the formation of the Intercollegiate Checkers Association. Barclay and Larkin wrote to each other at least every other day, and at the end of 3 weeks the matter was settled, not, perhaps, just as they had hoped for. Barclay had labored heroically to find a membership for the Checkers Club, but without avail. None wanted to join. Many scoffed, and instead of enthusiasm, he awakened only ridicule. And the Yale man reported like results. So when the rival teams met in a private room in Young's Hotel one December day, they consisted of just Larkin, Yale 99, and Barclay. The tournament was held behind tightly closed doors. Consequently, I am unable to report the play for the reader's benefit. Enough that deep silence and undoubted skill held sway until dusk, at which time the 2 teams passed into the dining hall and ate a dinner, at which much good feeling was displayed by both. And
Sample complete. Ready to continue?